What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Elden Ring walkthrough. So we made it here in the Deeproot Depths. We are not going to be staying here for long. We came here via the coffin at the end of the Siofra Aqueduct. But what we're going to do is actually report back to Ranni because we got something that we needed for her quest line while we were in Nokron. More specifically, what we got, pull it up here, is the Finger Slayer Blade, the hidden treasure of the eternal city of Nokron. So we need to give this to Ranni to advance her quest line. So we're going to do that real quick. Let's see, pull the elevator down so I don't fall. That wouldn't kill us, but it would just set us back slightly. So we're going to be doing more work on her quest line in this. It's going to involve exploring some more of the underground areas, in addition to a couple other things that we're going to take care of as well. So let's have a quick chat with her.
Ah, it was thee, not blithe it seemeth. Even in my slumber I sensed it. It is in thy possession, is it not? The hidden treasure of Nokron. My thanks. Finally all the pieces are in place. Soon must I begin my journey. Upon the dark path only I may tread. Ah, but before I leave, I must entrust thee with this. Take it.
Okay, so we got the Carian inverted statue. Make sure that you talk to her enough times to get this, because we're going to need it.
Lieth beyond the seal unlocked by it, upon which is carved the Cursemark of thy desire. I can fathom what thy purpose might be. Neither of us is welcomed by the brighter path, I see. You may leave now. It was but brief, but thou gavest me fine service. What is it? Thy purpose in approaching me was to obtain the Cursemark, was it not? You may leave. I too am to depart on a journey. Upon the dark path only I may tread.
Okay. So we got what we needed from her for now. The Carian inverted statue that we got is actually going to do something here for us at the Carian study hall. And it's going to allow us to go all the way up to the Divine Tower, which was previously inaccessible to us. And this is going to be needed to obtain something actually for Raya's quest line. I mentioned that we were not doing the Deeproot Depths yet because we didn't have an item that we needed. Going this way is actually going to get us that item. Before we go that way, I'm going to rest right here, reset the environment. Once you hand the Finger Slayer Blade to Ranni, it triggers some stuff in the world once you reset it, either via resting or by quitting out and reloading. We can actually talk to Melina. I think we've had this option for a while, but I just haven't been doing it. I'm going to talk to her right now.
Think not of the kindling. I shall see to that. All I ask of you is to make the journey to the snowy mountaintops of the giants, far above the clouds. I know I'm asking you to commit a cardinal sin, but it must be done to reach the path beyond. And that is the path I wish to travel. What is your mind? There is something I'd like to say. My purpose was given to me by my mother, but now I act of my own volition. I have set my heart upon the world that I would have, regardless of my mother's designs. I won't allow anyone to speak ill of that, not even you.
Okay, so that's a little bit more on the main quest. That's the path we have to take all the way up north to the mountaintop of the giants. That's kind of our next task, if you will, for the main quest line of the story. We are focused right now more on some side quest stuff to knock some stuff out. Many of these things are required for achievements. Most notably, all of Ranni's quest is required for an achievement because it involves one of the endings. It involves one of the legendary armaments. So we are doing all the things in this game. So right now, as I said, we are kind of focused more on side quests, but we will get back to the main quest eventually. So now that we've reset the world, we'll head back to Celavis's Rise, and he should be dead by now. Because once you get for that Finger Slayer blade, that's the end of Celavis's quest. So you get his bell bearing and his armor set. And you can still buy his puppets from him. And then as far as his spells are concerned, if you haven't gotten all of those yet, you can use that bell bearing and the round table hold to get that stuff. And there's actually something that I missed before when we came here earlier. There's actually an item right there that I did not pick up yet. So just hop over to this wall and then you can pick this up. It's actually a Blide's wolf mask that you can equip. So where we're going to go next actually is, since we gave the Finger Slayer blade to Ranni, we're actually going to go talk to Iji again. He has some additional information.
Oh, there you are. Have you heard? Along the dark path of Empyrean, from Renna's Rise, as she calls it. It would not have been possible without you. As Lady Ranni's war counselor, and moreover, her childhood warden, I express my deepest gratitude. You, and only you, were Lady Ranni's true champion. My purpose is nearing its end. I've served Lady Ranni for as long as I can remember. It has been a long and wondrous journey. Now Lady Ranni is in your hands. I pray that you serve her well, unto the very end.
Okay, so now that we've done that, we can actually, well, we've been able to purchase this before. Let's see, but I think that's all that he has. Yep. So he mentions Renna's Rise. This was previously locked off to us before, but now it is open. So this is actually where we need to go to progress Ranni's quest line. But first, what we're going to do now is we are actually going to head down to the Carian study hall, and we're going to use that statue that she gave us. What it'll do is it'll invert the study hall, and actually, oddly enough, inverting the study hall allows you to travel to the top of it. Okay, so what that did was it just inverted the Carian study hall. If you want to return it to its original state, all you have to do is take the statue back away and it'll go back to normal. But this will allow us access to some new territory. So just be, mind your step. It is inverted, so you can, if you fall down that hole, you're going to fall to your death. And there are a bunch of hand enemies in here, unfortunately. And this mage that we fought before who was super annoying has now officially respawned. So I have to fight him again. And he still spams the same old spells that he used to spam, so nothing has changed on that front. So I'm actually going to run straight past him and get this item over here. Actually, he's probably going to beam me with an arrow. Oh, nope. Here we go. Got the Mask of Confidence. Almost got hit right there. So, I'm going to wait for him to fire, and then I'm going to run up and just start wailing on him. You can get him in one cycle, but if you don't get him quickly enough, he might teleport on you. Yep, there we go. He teleported. Sad day. So I'll have to go down and finish him off. I hate these ghosts. Okay. No, I don't want to lock on. All right, so we're going to drop over here. He's still going to be trying to hit us. I'm going to camp out right here, take out these enemies that are trying to kill me. Or just get massacred by them. There we go. Because I don't want them interrupting me while I'm trying to fight this guy over here. There we go. So for killing him the second time, we get the Lucidity spell. And so from here, we actually need to drop down on these chandeliers. Then sprint and jump over to this one. From here, drop down onto the rafters. Make sure you drop onto the top level of the rafters. I believe there's an item up here on the top. No, there's not. Actually, the items are on the bottom. So here we got some Holy Proof dried liver. Just mind your step. It is relatively easy to walk off. And Glintstone Firefly. Jump onto this elevator. And this is actually going to take us down, but up. At the end of this, we're going to be at the top of the tower to the bridge, which will lead us to the Divine Tower, which, unlike the other Divine Towers we've been to so far, we are not unlocking the power of a great rune. We are going to be obtaining something completely different. So let's see. We're going to go to this door. All right, so now somehow, some way, in defiance of all logic, we are now at the top and the door is flipped right side up. Whatever, don't think about it. Don't think too hard about it. Okay, so I'm going to rest up here. And there's actually an encounter on this bridge with a Godskin Noble. The Nobles are the larger of the two of this variety of enemy. There's the Godskin Apostles and the Godskin Nobles. We fought both of them so far. Once he shows up, I'm going to pop my Physic Flask. And he is fond of those fireballs. He's got some nasty combos, too. That's sort of his. But pretty much every time you step away to heal, he's going to try to hit you with the Black Flame. It's all good. There's his transform. Surprised it took him that long to transform, honestly. There we go. Got the stun right when I needed to. That was beautiful. And we get the Godskin Noble armor set. So for those of you wondering, I did switch up my Physic Flask concoction, since the summon that I'm using now does not drain FP, but rather HP to summon, so I don't need the infinite FP in my flask. So I changed my flask concoction. I have this Stone Barb Crack tier equipped now that makes it more likely to break enemy stances. So I have a feeling that had an impact on my ability to break his stance just now. All right, pick up all these rune fragments. I think that's all of them, right? Yep. All right, we have arrived. Another long elevator ride to the top. All right. And at the top, we are going to find something curious. In addition to, well, normally that'd be a nice view if it weren't so cloudy. There we go. That's better. Get to see Liurnia, and then Limgrave, and then Caelid. Pretty cool. You can see out pretty much as far as the world goes. All right, so this is Ranni's original body. So she mentioned when we first met her that she's inhabiting a puppet. This is the original Ranni, kind of burned to a crisp here, and we get the Cursemark of Death and the Stargazer's heirloom on her corpse. So the Stargazer's heirloom, we have a few of these that boost stats, other stats. The Stargazer's heirloom boosts intelligence. So we have one that boosts strength, dexterity, now intelligence, and we had one that increases faith as well. We also picked up the Cursemark of Death, which is what we need to progress Raya's quest line. So we now have what we need. If we went back to the deep root depths, we'd be able to do whatever we needed to do there now. But however, I'm going to complete Raya's quest line after doing Ranni's quest line. So we're going to go back to Ranni's quest before we do Raya's. So Cursemark carved into the discarded flesh of Ranni the Witch, also known as the half-wheel wound of the centipede. This Cursemark was carved at the moment of death of the first demigod and should have taken the shape of a circle. However, 2 demigods perished at the same time, breaking the Cursemark into 2 half-wheels. Ranni was the first of the demigods whose flesh perished, while the Prince of Death perished in soul alone. Interesting little tidbit right there. So before we head back and do Ranni's questline, there's actually some stuff we can do with Alexander, our giant jar friend. So I'm going to mark off a spot right here. And the reason why I'm doing this now is just because it's right next to the Carian study hall where we happen to be. So we're going to progress Alexander's quest line along while we're in the area. So I just put a marker down kind of where he is. I warped to this artist's shack, and we're just going to head straight to where Alexander is. And he's got 2 spots that we're going to have to meet up with him in, this being the first one. And then after we meet with him the second time, he's going to show up at a very, very late game area, and that's going to be his final stop. But we'll at least get the ball rolling for the time being. Just hear him hollering for our help.
Help me.
There he is.
Hello?
Okay.
Hello. How nice it is to see a friendly face. As you can surmise, I've got myself stuck in another hole. Would you mind helping me out again?
Oops. I pressed the wrong button. There we go.
My thanks in advance. I know you're the man for the job. You know what to do, Give me a good smack from behind with something nice and big. No, don't worry about my wound sustained at the festival. I'm stuck back together good and proper. Just give it your all.
All right. So same thing as before. We're going to give him a whack.
Please.
Okay. And it's not working.
I have a terrible feeling about this. Would you stop hitting me for a minute? Now, I can feel my lower half is stuck on something. I don't think you can get me out just by hitting me this time. Let's think. Perhaps there's a way to slide me out a little more smoothly. What if I could somehow be made slippery or some such?
Okay, so we're faced with a little puzzle. The solution to this puzzle
Let's think. What if
is actually we got to craft an oil pot. You should have the ability to do here. So the oil pot, we got the ability to craft those from the cookbook we bought from this merchant here, the abandoned merchant down in the Siofra Riverwell. So if you do not have this merchant, if you do not have the cookbook that gives you the ability to craft these oil pots, go back and watch my Siofra Riverwell episode, and I will show you how to get to this merchant where you can buy the cookbook that will allow you to make an oil pot. So you need an oil pot. You got to throw it on him. Let's see. Now we have one in our inventory. Just going to use it.
By the gods, you are a man of vision. This will have me as slippery as a toad. I have a good feeling about this, my friend. Right. Give me a good smack from behind with something nice and big.
There we go.
My thanks. to you and your razor-sharp wits. Oh. As a token of my thanks, I'd like you to have this.
Okay.
Dearie me, I'm oilier than a toad. You know, there were countless oil jars back where I'm from, actually. And now I know what it's like to be one of them. Yes, indeed. I too have a home. Though it is one to which I have vowed not to return. So, I thought I might look out from atop the cliff. But as I drew closer and closer, pow, wouldn't you know it? I was perfectly stuck in that blasted hole. I can feel the warriors inside admonishing me for my mawkishness. To walk the path of champions, one cannot cleave to the past. I'm headed to the Fiery Mount in the north. I can strengthen myself there without fear of cracking this vessel. I will forge myself anew in its flames.
Okay, so he lets us know where he's headed next, so we are going to meet him there real quick. So he's going to be up here near Volcano Manor. So we're going to warp to the Seathwater Terminus, and he's going to be like kind of right here, kind of taking a lava bath. So let us chase him down one more time, and then he's going to warp somewhere else that we can't get to for a while. So you pass the time till morning here, about to get to nighttime. All right, he's just going to run past everything till we get to his spot. This is the same spot. We fought a magma worm at this same spot earlier on in the game. And we can hear him already. All right, let's just climb up on these rocks, and there he is.
Bake me in your flames. Ah, good sir. What business might you have in such a place as this? I hardly think you're here to temper yourself with flame, considering that fleshly form of yours. Your timing, though, is impeccable as ever. I've been making just the thing for you on my journey here. Take it. I'm sure it'll suit you to a T.
All right, so we got the jar head.
But, it's hardly more than lukewarm here. I won't be able to temper my body such that it'll never crack again. Perhaps I'll head eastward. There's an old saying I've caught wind of. Above the lofty clouds, the icy giant's peak doth soar. Here lieth the flame of ruin, which ever burning roars. Perhaps I'll head as an old above the lofty.
Okay, so the next spot he's going to be at is actually the mountaintop of the giants, right before the boss. He doesn't appear in the world, but you can summon him for the boss fight, which I will not be doing. But then after that, the next spot that he goes to is basically one of the last areas of the game that you go to right after the mountaintop of the giants. So that being said, we are going to go to Renna's Rise, and we're going to go to our next spot that is going to allow us to progress her quest line, Ranni's quest line. And it is another underground area. And after we finish Ranni's side quest, I imagine we'll probably go straight into the deep root depths, and we'll knock out that other underground area, and we will finish up. I'm blanking on her name. Golly, what's her name? I gotta look at my my quest line notes real quick. I can't believe I'm blanking on her name. I said it. Fia. Yes, Fia. I think earlier I was saying Raya. No, Raya is a different NPC. I'm talking Fia here. So before this, this door was blocked off, and we can get in here now because we gave Ranni the Finger Slayer blade. Yes. So Doing the Deeproot depths is for Fia's questline. How long have I been saying Raya for? Oh my gosh, I dread the thought. Actually, I missed something down here. Let's see. We're not going to warp just yet because I missed a treasure chest. There we go. And we get the, we basically get Ranni's armor set. If you want to cosplay as Ranni, today's your lucky day. All right, now we can warp. So yes, the Deeproot Depths is for Fia's questline. We have to give her the Cursemark of Death. And we've arrived at the Ainsel River main. So, in the previous episode, we kind of did all of this stuff, which was sort of adjoined to the Siofra River. Now we've got these other areas here in the Ainsel River. There's quite a bit to cover here. So back there is an empty coffin. There's actually a linkage to this place from the Deeproot Depths. So if you finish this area, there's actually a coffin that you can ride to get to here, and it drops you off right there. So there's two ways of getting here. The way we just got here, and then via the coffin and the Deeproot Depths. There's a bunch of stuff over here for crafting. Make sure you pick up the miniature Ranni doll. That's required for the side quest. And we've got our Side of Grace right here. And let's rest at it. Now, when we rest at it, we have the option to talk to miniature Ranni. And you have to talk to it a couple times before you trigger the dialogue.
Or is it merely thy habit to talk to dolls? Fine. Fine. I hadn't expected any soul to recognize me in this guise. But now the cat is out the bag. I cannot allow thee thy freedoms. Perform for me a service as recompense. Eliminate the baleful shadows which prowl these lands. The name of Ranni the Witch is already sullied by thee. I will not brook disobedience in this matter. Perform for me a service as recompense. Eliminate the baleful the name of Ranni. I will not. Eliminate the
Okay,
name
that's
of
all
Ranni.
that's all the dialogue she's got. So let us move on. And there's another one of these hanging centipede things that hurls rocks at you. We've run into a couple of these already. There's another one right over here. So you can kind of take cover behind these walls. Get this item. Run and grab this item. I might get hit. Hide behind this pillar. Take out this guy so he doesn't sneak up on me. Tons of crafting stuff over here. Smithing core. Back here, got some nascent butterflies. Watch out for the Miranda flower. Can do this attack on you. Ghost Glovewort 6. And over here, we get the Clayman Ashes, which is basically those things that were just attacking us. So down this waterfall is, if we could drop down here, which we can't, it would take us to the area where we started our first stint in the Ainsel River. That's where, if I could pull up my map, I'd show you how it connects, but I can't pull up my map right now. Okay, so now we're going to take out this centipede guy. All right, got another golden rune. These guys can maybe be a problem. Play safer, just take them out. They can get hit by the rocks too. Oh my gosh. I'm like stuck here. That was almost really bad. Which is why I want to take them out. And after that, I'm going to take out the giant centipede dude. All right, so just trigger his rock attack and then run up. You should be able to get headshots on him. So 1 jump attack stuns him. 2 jump attacks kill him. And once he's dead, he does not respawn. We got a Somber 7. We're getting him. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a Ghost Glovewort 7, which is the only thing in our way from leveling up our Mimic tier summon to +10, which is maxed out. So once we get a chance to go back to Roundtable Hold, we will, and we're gonna level up our Mimic to +10 because that 7 was the only thing we didn't have. We have an 8, we have a 9, we have a 10. We just did not have the 7. And actually, here's another 7. So we had none of them previously. Now we have 2 of them, and we're actually about to get 3 of them. So how about that? Let's see. I think that's all from here that we need. Gonna run into some more ants in this tunnel. The ants are back. In case you missed them. Oh, I like jumped over him. Fortunately, his spray attack missed me, so. All right, got another one. Hello, friend. That one did not miss me. Got a couple flying ones over here. These ones freak me out because I flying bugs. Ugh. We got this one over here with a reinforced head. So if you hit his head, it's not going to do very much damage. He does have a very powerful bash attack with his head, as you saw just there. Oh gosh. Heal. Ooh. That was a panic heal if I've ever seen one. All right, enough of you. Normally, I don't have that much trouble with those guys. I was just having a really tough time getting behind him to not hit his head. We're actually going to get a shield in just a bit that is basically the ant head shield. And I believe it increases your resistance to poison as well. Got this guy over here. And so this place, once we get a minute to look over the edge, should look familiar. This is like the big area, had a giant centipede hanging down from the top when we were in the Ainsel River the first time. This is just the upper section of that. We're going to be able to get that piece of loot in just a second. We have to loop around to get it. Hop over here first to get a treasure chest. Got the Wing of Estelle. I believe that requires some intelligence to use, or maybe it's faith. I can't remember. I think it's intelligence to use. It basically functions as a curved sword. Has some really good moves though, and the weapon art is actually pretty solid as well. So, solid choice. If you can use it, I cannot use it because I don't have the points and intelligence to use it. So we got our Somber 6. That was the item I said we'd get in just a minute. So now we have to head back. This is a dead end. Yuck. All those dead bodies. That's so gross. Pick this up. And we have arrived in Nokstella. You see there is an ant-mounted enemy. There's a few of them in this area. And there's actually another Ghost Glovewort 7 over here. That's what that is. That shiny is over there. I'm going to take this ant guy out first. Okay, so now that we unlock that side of Grace down here, I'm going to use this as my opportunity to warp back to Round Table Hold to upgrade the Mimic. And I think now that we gave Ranni this Finger Slayer blade, he should be gone. Yep, he is. So we got his bell bearing and his armor set. And if we reload the area, his corpse is basically just going to be gone. We also got his letter. Read that real quick. Forgot to tell you, but it seems D has a younger brother. I heard he lies in a deep sleep in the aqueduct beside the eternal city of Nokron. We just met him last episode, and it said he stood before the Prince of Death not far beyond that spot.
Greeting, are you here for...
All right, so we can take this up to 7, 8, 9, and... Oh, we don't have a Ghost Glovewort 9. Well, we're going to get one, so... I thought we had a 9, but we sure don't. Okay, so go back to here. There's actually a 9 in this area, so we'll be getting our 9. Okay, so the way that I go about doing this is there's kind of a lower level and an upper level to this place. So we're going to do kind of a lower level loop first, pick up some loot, and then we'll do an upper level loop. And then there's actually a legendary talisman that we're going to be picking up here as well. That will be required for the Platinum Trophy. So where we're going kind of is up here. There's some stuff. We're going to get something right kind of in this vicinity. There's stuff kind of along the river here. And then we'll just kind of swing around the river, and then there's some stuff up here, and then from there we're gonna swing back down, kind of in this area, and then we're gonna head back down the river and then explore the upper portion. Let's see. There's a thing here. Oh, come on. Okay, got Drawstring Holy Grease and that Smithing Stone over there. You cannot summon your horse in here, unfortunately, so it is all on foot the old-fashioned way. All right, got some Silver Tear Husks. And then we're headed in there next. Three of these snails. I believe this is a Celestial Dew, I think, for absolution at the Church of Vows if you angered any NPCs. Yes. All right, so we're going to circle around here. More snails. Not going to fight them all. Some of them are going to drop down. All right, got a Smithing 6. So these electric silver tears are interesting. When you kill them, they blow up. And so when there's several of them next to each other, when one of them blows up, it creates a chain reaction, and then they all blow up. So use that to your advantage. We got a couple of them that are sniping us from atop. I think this is the one that was riding the horse. I think. We got everybody coming after us. That's just wonderful. All right, got a gold root 10. I don't need to fight all these guys. A ghost 8. I think this is another ghost 8. And our ghost 9 is coming soon. More of these electrified ones. The ones that were trying to snipe us are up here. And you see they have kind of a shield in front of them, so you have to circle around behind them to actually hit them, or actually do real damage to them. So if you hit the shield, you will do some damage, but not very much. See the difference there? Still hit them though. Still do damage. Let's see. I don't think there's anything even up here except for those enemies that are just trying to snipe you. I'm gonna double check, but I don't think there's anything even up on this little hill. Just makes your life a little bit easier. There was some crafting stuff, but nothing of super major importance. All right, so we're headed to point number 3 now. Just gonna check and see if this is a thing. Nope. Got a couple more ants over here. Okay. Bunch of these formic rocks around here. All right, I can take this waypoint off. And there should be a stone sword key around here. There's like a corpse hanging off the edge. I think this is it. Here we go. And that is all. So now that we've got our stone sword key, I have kind of marked here to head south, and then we're gonna head back kind of the direction that we came from. Let's see. Got another mounted ant. That in there is an elevator that takes us to kind of our next progress point. And we got Somber Stone 7 here. Let these blow each other up. We're pretty much headed back the way that we came. Just checking in these little... We got a golden centipede in here. And so there's 2 spots where we're going to head up. Already got that. This is a enemy drop. The first is going to give us our Glovewort 9. Oh, wow. Totally just canceled out my jump attack. All right, there's our Ghost Glovewort 9. So we have a 9 and a 10. So next time we go to Round Table, we'll be able to take our Mimic all the way up to 10. I thought I had a 9 already, but I guess I did not. There's another one we can pick up here. Just another 7. I'm not going to fight the mounted ant cavalry. But this is going to take us up to a much more expansive upper level area than where we were just now. There's a bunch more stuff up here. Okay, this is for crafting. One of these you can open up. There we go. All right, so we got the ant skull plate. That's the great shield that basically mimics the ant's head. It increases your resistance to poison, I believe. And scarlet rot. A bunch of these electric silver tears. Let them blow themselves up. Get this one while I'm waiting. A bunch of them in here. These are not the electrified ones, though. Kind of being in the middle of them probably isn't the smartest idea, but just trying to take them out efficiently at the same time. Now there's only one left. There we go. All right, so we can open this up. And we get the Ghost Glove Wart Pickers Bell Bearing 2. Allows us to buy more of the Ghost Glovewort from the shop. And back here, I believe there are some ashes. I got the Archer ashes. All right, so we're going to continue on our way. Got the Golden Rune 10, and these things dropping down on us. Ow. That was painful. So this window is open. You can jump right through. Is an ambush of sorts. And inside of here, get a Somber 7. Another Gold Rune 10. And go this way. Around this corner is going to be a Imp door, Stone Sword door. Okay. Yeah, these things can be... They're not that hard, but if you don't watch yourself, they can be dangerous. Got another treasure chest we can open up. And in here, we get the Night Maiden Swordstress puppets. Hop back over here. And on this bridge is a rolling ball. If you blow this ball up, you will get a larval tier for respecking. You see it kind of rolling around. I want it to come down so I can fight it. Come on, buddy. Wait for it to get down to the bottom. Oh, come on. There we go. larval tier for us. And I'm just checking to see if there's something around the side here. Yeah, I got some silver tier husks. And in here is another ambush, and there will be another ball you see there that drops from the ceiling. Gonna pop my cerulean flask to get my FP back. And in here, we have another great ghost glovewort. That's a tier 10 glovewort. So next, head up the stairs. Get yourself the rune. And in here is going to be another giant ball, which if you get rid of it, it will give you a tier 10. Before we do that, I'm just going to check and make sure we're not missing stuff down this way. Here we go. Smithing 6. I think that's it. These doors do not open. So there's a bunch of these silver tiers that drop down, and then once all these tiers drop down, then the ball drops down too. More of them are dropping. And the ball's going to come down. Come on. There it goes. All right, so our third larval tier. And in here, got another Somber 7. There is a Scarab. For another Somber 6. And finally, we have reached our reward for doing all of this, but still not out of the woods yet, technically. Let's see, get my health up. And I could technically summon. I really don't think I'll need to. Take out this enemy first. We got two crystal tiers that transformed into something, so he took one of them out. This guy with the great shield and the spear is pretty tough. If you get caught in a combo, you could be in trouble, because he'll hide behind his great shield and just poke with the spear, and that can lead to trouble really quick. All right, so in here is what we came here for, the Moon of Nokstella. So this is a legendary talisman that we need for the legendary talisman trophy. This legendary talisman is a treasure of Nokstella, the eternal city, increases your memory slots. So our way out of here is this way. And drop down, and there will be an elevator that takes us back down to the main level. Okay. So we get a golden seed. These golden seeds are pretty much worthless to us now because we have upgraded our flask to max capacity anyways. But it is there. Does not help us at all. So that's the progression path forward. There's a couple things I'm going to pick up first, though. Got this Ghost Glovewort. That is a Cerulean Scarab. That's not really going to help us much, but... Okay, got the Celestial Dew. That's what we came down here for. And now it is time for us to head on down. And remember when we talked to Ranni's doll at the very beginning of this area, she said that we needed to take out someone that she needed us to defeat. So we're going to be doing that down here. Get out your beast torch because we're going to run into some basilisks as well. And thank God this thing works on basilisks. And I'm actually going to use this as an opportunity to warp back to Round Table Hold real quick and actually take my Mimic up to +10. I thought I was able to do that before, but now I'm actually able to do it.
Greeting. Are you here for...
Okay, and we have it to +10. And they did nerf the Mimic tier in a previous patch. But in my opinion, as long as your build is still solid, it is still probably the best summon, in my opinion. They nerfed it. They nerfed the AI because it used to be really good about like actually using the tools that were at its disposal. It would even, you know, in some cases heal, and it would be really smart. What they did was they dumbed down the AI a bit, so it isn't completely broken like it was before. Like you could let the Mimic tier basically solo bosses for you in some cases. But yeah, it's not quite as good as it used to be, but it still works really well. Hey, I've got my beast torch out. Why are you guys all up on me? I'm trying to show how this thing works. See, like they're like not aggressive right now. They're just kind of standing there. And ordinarily they'd be like jumping on me, blowing their smoke on me and all that kind of stuff, and being a problem. So you see, he like jumped back to avoid fighting me, so much easier to take these things out with the beast torch. Also very good to have for the deep root depths because there are like a bajillion basilisks in the deep root depths. And so here is the thing that we have to beat for Ranni.
O Shadow, thou art the last. Tell the two fingers that Ranni the witch cometh to rend thy flesh with a fateful wound, ne'er to heal.
They're pretty tough. It's pretty hard, but not too powerful for us to handle.
Beautifully fought. My thanks. 'Twas more of a challenge than I envisioned. Now I can finally stand before them. This is farewell, my dear. Tell Blythe and Iji I love them.
So we got the discarded palace key for winning. And don't know if you noticed, but that enemy we fought just now looked a lot like Blythe. So I'm not sure if that's supposed to actually be Blythe or what the deal is with that, but it is at the very least another wolf man. So we got the discarded palace key. Let's check that out real quick. Key discarded by Lunar Princess Ranni alongside her very flesh. Opens a treasure chest passed down to the Carian princesses. Said to be found in the Grand Library of Rhea Lucaria with her mother Renala. So, been wondering how to open that treasure chest next to Renala. That's how we're going to be able to do it. Alrighty, so we got our Site of Grace down here, and it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for the Lake of Rot. So, just to show you what's ahead, I'm going to run, there's the map fragments right in front of us, because right now we don't have the map unlocked. This is our map fragment. Now we have the Lake of Rot. This whole thing, check this out. Fun times ahead, ladies and gentlemen, filled with Scarlet Rot. So that key that we just got allows us to open the treasure chest in the Rhea Lucaria Academy. And while we're here, I'm actually going to do something else real quick because there's another treasure chest that I missed in here when we first went through here. I'm a little bit embarrassed because I basically just walked right by it. I think I was too distracted because there's also an illusory wall in this room. And I was like, don't miss this. There's an illusory wall, guys. Well, right here, there's a treasure chest that I walked right by. And we get the Glintstone Craftsman Cookbook 5. So now we have that. That allows you to craft magic grease and stuff like that. So if you've been wondering this whole time how to craft magic grease, that's how. I apologize. So what we're going to do now is we're going to warp into the room where we fought Renala, because we can open that treasure chest now. And inside that treasure chest is something that we're going to need when we progress beyond the Lake of Rot. Okay, so we use the discarded palace key, and in here we get the Dark Moon Ring. So we need the Dark Moon Ring. Let's see. Here it is. Symbolic of Cold Oath, the ring is supposed to be given by Lunar Princess Ranni to her consort. Ranni is an Empyrean, meaning her consort would by rights earn the title of Lord. The warning is engraved within: whoever thou mayest be, take not the ring from this place. The solitude beyond the night is better mine alone. So we need this ring in here because eventually we're going to progress beyond, and then we're going to fight a boss here, and then that ring is going to allow us to move through a locked seal that will take us to the end of where we need to be for Ranni's quest line. So make sure you get that ring after getting the key, and we are going to pick things right here at the Lake of Rot next time, and we're going to have ourselves a grand old time. I've been looking forward to this place since I started the walkthrough. Oh boy, it's going to be lots of fun. So stay tuned and join me next time as we suffer together. So anyways, I'll see you then.